Today we're going to look at something that for the most part we try to avoid in this industry. Glitches. Except for the one you just saw, usually we don't want to see glitches in our final output. It's a great way to get your file sent back to you from the QC department saying, redo this, there's a glitch in the middle of it. Used to see them a lot more when we went to tape, but you can still see them in the digital form. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go into Blackmagic Fusion and we're going to build a custom glitch effect. Now the glitch can be used as a transition or just part of the shot if you're doing a science fiction-y thing where, you know, the hologram is good but it's not great, so it's always glitching. But because we want to do this without any plugins, it's going to give us the ability to make it totally customizable. Yeah, I know we could go into Boris or we could go into Sapphire and we could use a plugin to build a glitch effect. Not nearly as much fun, not nearly as pretty usually, and not nearly as customizable. So without further ado, let's go do some glitching. Okay, we are in Fusion, and I think it's easier if we just start with a couple of basic theory as to what it is we're going to try here. So let's start by just showing what we have. We have brought in our footage. So this is me on camera. You just saw this. This is the intro to this video. I also took the foresight to make a clean frame. So I shot a clean frame of this intro piece. The idea of the clean frame is when I glitch out, it would be nice if I wasn't sitting in the chair in full color at the same time that my glitchy version is appearing on the screen. So every time I do a glitch, we're going to undercut underneath that glitch, we're going to cut in a clean frame. Where do our glitches come from? Well, just go on Google. You know, it's not that difficult to go on Google and do a search for VHS glitch video free, and you'll get all sorts of things people have posted, whether it be on YouTube or there was one that the guy just posted it, and if you wanted it, hit the download button. Simple as that. So that's where I have gone to, and I have extracted this glitch out of that. This was a free download off of Google. I shortened it down to about a 5-second section, and I have it looping within Fusion. So we're going to use this as our source for our glitches. Our theory is pretty simple. We're going to take our shot of me on camera. We are going to add a displace node onto this shot. And we are going to use our glitches as our displace source. And as soon as I do that, you can see it on the logo on my shirt where the displace is happening right now. That's going to correspond to these lines down here. If we take our glitch base and we put a color corrector on it to increase the brightness, the brighter something is, the more the displacement is going to occur. The less contrasty it is, the less it's going to occur. So it's just a matter of playing around with some color settings to get to a point where what you're seeing gives you a reasonable glitch. This looks pretty good. Now we can also, within our displace, we have some settings obviously. The strength. You can add some light to it to give it a little more texture. Offset. Shows as the glitch occurs, it also offsets the video to the left or to the right, forward or backwards, I suppose. But it's that popping forward that actually helps. I guess we have to make this be loopable as well. It's that popping forward that really helps sell some of the glitching because it ends up jumping out towards the screen a little bit. And it's nice and random. You know, you could, again, you can play with this as much as you want. You could take these two items, copy and paste them. This is the beauty of Fusion. comp them on top of each other, but give one of them a spin. And maybe have them be more of a screen output on each other. And that'll give you a totally different glitching effect. Something I do like to do as well on the glitches is colorize them. Not too much. So we can say right there, that's our base for our glitch. Now we don't want the whole room glitching, we only want me glitching. So we're going to have to do a little bit of a roto on me during the actual glitch frames. But because we're only going to glitch 3 or 4 frames at a time, it's not a huge amount of roto work to do. So let's go and say we want to do a glitch on... Sucks when somebody talks with their hands so much. Let's do these frames here, 3775 to 3780. Let's call that our first glitch point. So I'm going to take a polygon tool, and while I'm looking at the actual original image, I'm just going to draw a shape around this. Okay, so we're back on frame 380. We'll just do a very quick and dirty roto on this hand. Because it's glitching and pieces are falling off during the glitch process, it's nothing I would spend a huge amount of time perfecting. And we'll go in between the two. That's not bad. We don't care about anything before 375. And maybe my head, we can do just a little bit of manipulation there. There we go. So we have a shape to hold the glitch effect inside. We have a glitch effect. So now it's just a matter of telling Fusion to only glitch in certain areas. So there is a keyable glitch now. Might want to soften the edge a hair. Not liking that I'm getting a crosshatch because of my doubling up, so I'm going to do on my second glitch base 2, I'm going to trim it in so that I'm not getting a perfect mirror on both of these. Remember, this one's normal, this one was rotated. This one's now rotated and offset by a few frames. So we'll get a little less of a crosshatch look from that. A little more randomized glitching. Obviously, we don't always want it glitching, so we're going to want to key that over our original shot. And here's where I was talking about having me glitching on top of the original version of me. We don't want that. So we don't actually want to see the glitch until 375. And we want to be done with the glitch by 380. And in between those frames, we want to use our clean version. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to go back one step from where we were, and we are going to key the, or composite, the version of me on camera over top of the version of me not in the frame, the clean frame. And we're going to want at the 370 mark to bring in the clean frame, because that's when the glitch is also going to come in. So we're on frame 370. We're going to animate this. We're going to go back to 369. We're going to set a key. At 370, I disappear off of this, so we're just looking at the clean frame. Sorry, I don't want 370, I want a 375. And 374. The clean frame does not come in till 375. So at 374 we have me, 375 we don't have me. 379 we don't have me. 380 we do have me. Okay. And in the same context, if we now look at the glitched version, at 374, we don't have a glitch. At 375, we do have a glitch. At 379, we have a glitch. And at 380, we don't have a glitch. It looks like my shape can be a little softer still. Now I would almost say the next thing you might want to do is in the middle of that. So that's like 378. Maybe we want to go back to normal. For one frame. Now, next item that usually is nice is not having me be solid on here. So let's take our glitching and let's make it be maybe a screen and maybe a little less. Now, because we had previously animated that, we actually need that effect or that amount of so we did 0.74 for our amount. We want to do that everywhere. We have it at 1. We should have decided that beforehand. But easy enough to change. And there's a pretty good little glitch. Okay, let's just do a save. Now, if we want to repeat this, which we probably do, we don't want it just to happen once. Say we want to have it happen again up here. I would take my merge, so we'll select our merge key, and we're going to go into the spline editor. And before we do that, let's name this. Let's call this glitch merge. And let's call this clean merge. And if we go back to where our keyframes are, or rather our spline editor. Okay, now as I'm copying and pasting these points, I'm just going to point out that I actually screwed this up a little bit. When you do the copy and pasting of points inside Fusion, the position of your bar on both the copy and the paste side dictates where your points get set. Now, when I copied them, I should have positioned my bar on the very first point I wanted to copy, and then position my bar on the very first point of where I wanted to paste it. I was a little loosey-goosey on the copy side, so when I pasted the two different merge nodes, they don't actually line up properly. And right now I'm just going in and adjusting my polyline at those new positions, because obviously it's matching to the original shape from when I originally copied those points from. The point being, when I do finally get this all put back together, I'm going to discover that my two merges, the clean chair or the clean shot merge and the glitch merge, don't quite line up properly. So when as I step through this, you will see that I had to then go in and adjust those keyframes so that they line up properly. Just looking at it now, and I can just see that there's something not quite right here. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to go into the spline editor, and I can see right there the upper keyframes and the lower keyframes should all line up with each other. So we'll just slide these back, get them to line up properly. Again, it was just a matter of being a little more careful when I did my copy paste inside Fusion. It's got a little different way of copying and pasting those points. But from there, we actually, we're looking pretty good. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a saver, and we're going to save this as a QuickTime movie. Now we could render this whole spiel out as one big file, but it actually makes a little more sense to render each one of these glitch instances out as an individual glitch. Couple of frames before and after where I had set up my glitching. And then when I take that into the next program, I can move those glitches around, I can multiply them, I can use them again. I'm starting to realize as I'm doing this that maybe having my glitches in total sync with each other is not the best looking glitch. Maybe the glitch should be out of sync. So what I'm doing here is I've set up two in and outs within Fusion, one for each section of these glitches that I created, and I'm calling one glitch 1 and another one glitch 2, and I'm running just the glitch out sections to a QuickTime movie. And once those are done, then we can jump over to Blackmagic Resolve and do some more work on this. Okay, so we're back in Resolve, and we have the original timeline for the open loaded. So this is just me on camera. The upper track is the clean shot of me on camera. We have also brought in the two glitches that we just output. So let's bring those in and put them on an upper track. Now, the position of these shots, if we see intro 1, says it starts 15 seconds into the piece. So let's go to the 15-second mark, see if that time code is correct. 15:11 is what it is saying. And if we turn that off and on, we appear to have a match. Intro 2 is at 33:06. So let's go to 33:06, bring it in. And just check that's not the right spot, because it's not at 33:06. Okay. So here are glitches, but we don't really need anything before the actual glitch portion. And we don't need anything after the glitch portion, which is why we really only had to render out the actual glitches. Now, as I had said earlier, the question now becomes a little more obvious. Do these glitches even need to fully sync up with the original portion of me on camera? Because the whole idea of a glitch is it's offset, it's buggered up, it's not in time, it's maybe stealing a frame from a different part. So I'm just going to duplicate this one glitch, and we'll duplicate it a few different times, and we'll just cut it in. And the glitch itself looks fine. The background is out because we are not keying over top of our clean background. We have taken me, keyed over the background as a glitch, and put it over to a different portion of the background. If you hadn't noticed yet, my background is actually on a bit of a track here, moving shot. So we're going to activate our clean background again, isolate it, and we will put each one of these into a new Fusion clip so that we can key our glitched shot that is now not in sync with our main background, but we will isolate it by, again, rotoing out a frame to place it over top of a clean background. Now the first one actually didn't need to be done because it was built over the proper background, but the second, third, and fourth versions all need to be keyed over this clean background again. So now we're in the Fusion node within Resolve, and we're just going to double check that merge 1 is the background, merge 2 is the out of sync glitch. So we're going to take a polygon line, and we are going to do a very quick shape around the glitch and rekey it or recomp it over top of our clean shot. We actually put it into the merge, we get a cutout. Now to double check that we have our polygon in the right area, sometimes I'll take a color tool and colorize one of the shots that allows me to isolate what the mask is showing. Here we make it all gold and yellow, and yes, we can see that we are in fact keying out the glitched version and not affecting the clean background. Delete that color node. I'm going to copy this polygon because we've duplicated the glitch 3 or 4 times on the timeline. We can use this same polygon shape for those other instances. So I'm just going to speed this up now as we copy and paste that polygon into these other instances of the glitch. So now the background does not appear to be moving quite as much. There's a little bit if you're looking really closer on me, but again, it's a glitch. I'm not too concerned about it being perfectly smooth. It's a glitch. And we've got one more coming up there. And then as you drop those in, you can obviously reduce them. You know, I don't want that many, I do want that many, I want more, or whatever. It's up to you as you get in there. Now, another way to really sell this effect is with sound. A glitch sound underneath these pictures really will bring them to life. So I've brought in a glitch sound effect that I built, and it's got about 3 or 4 different glitch effects inside it. So I will just isolate each one of these and move them around the timeline, line them up with the glitches we've put on. Now, again, just use your imagination, use your computer skills. I know people are going to email and say, you know, can you send us your glitches? Can you send us that VHS? You know what? Part of being in this industry is using your own imagination as to how to come up with some of these things. It honestly probably took me 10 minutes to search out some static and some other types of sound effects. There's lots of free areas on the internet to get free sound effects from. So go build yourself your own glitches, put them together, spend a little bit of time, and when you're done, you'll have a really nice glitch sound effect that you can use on anything you do without paying any royalties to any company.
So, usually we don't want to see glitches in our final output. It's a great way to get your file sent back to you from the QC department saying, redo this, there's a glitch in the middle of it. Used to see them a lot more when we went to tape, but you can still see them in the digital form.
And then the last thing that I did, I kind of went into Fairlight and I just doubled up some of my audio during the glitch, kind of gave it a little bit of a max headroom thing. If you want to hear the final version one more time, then please hit play on the start of this YouTube video. How's that for a marketing campaign? So there you have it. Nice, easy glitch effect. Takes a little bit of prep work to get that, what you want for your glitch source, but for the most part, very easy to do, very easy to customize, very easy to modify, and I think they look really, really good. What do you guys think? Leave comments, questions, whatever concerns below, and hopefully we'll see you again. Thanks for watching.